Welcome back to the podcast.
We have a great show for you today.
So the other day, I was at this really nice dinner party with some very successful people,
Oh boy, I know exactly where this is going.
right? Everyone was talking about their 5-year plans and like their big investment portfolios. And I am just sitting there thinking, my biggest achievement today was finding 2 socks that actually match.
Yes, you just sit there like, wait, am I even a real adult?
Exactly. Have you ever felt that? Yeah, me too. It is so easy to feel like you are just faking it while everyone else has it all figured out.
It is the ultimate relatable fail.
It really is. Welcome to The Debate. Today, we are talking about a huge topic. We are looking at the heavy rules of being an adult and how they fight against our real dreams.
Right. It is that constant fight between playing it safe and taking a big risk. And today's debate comes directly from some really fascinating source material about this exact problem.
To start, I want you to imagine moving into a new home. There is this one specific room, and it has a massive, beautiful window. The morning light just pours in.
It sounds like a perfect place to sit, to just think and feel connected to the world.
Exactly. But over time, life just kind of happens. You put a few moving boxes in front of the window.
And then maybe a heavy cabinet.
Right, or old winter coats, maybe a treadmill you never use, and before you know it, the light is entirely blocked.
You probably even forget the window was there at all.
That is the perfect metaphor. So the big question we are debating today is this. Is playing it safe actually wise, or is it just fear masquerading as maturity?
Wait, that's a fancy word, masquerading. It basically just means hiding or pretending to be something else.
Good catch. Yes. So my position is that being overly practical is often just a very polite disguise for fear. It makes people slowly lose themselves until they are living a totally fake life.
And my position is the opposite. I argue that restraint, which means holding back and being careful, is not fear at all. It is a mature choice that actually protects your big goals from silly, quick decisions.
Let's talk about how this disguise actually works, because it does not look like fear on the outside. We all start with big aspirations.
Wait, that's a fancy word too. Aspirations basically just means your big goals or your deepest dreams.
Yes, thank you. So we all have these dreams. We want creative freedom, or maybe we want to start a business, but then fear starts to creep in.
Like a quiet little voice.
Exactly. And the tricky thing about this fear is that it does not look scary. It puts on a nice suit. It uses spreadsheets and calendars and highly organized reasons for why it is not the right time to change.
Right, like saying, I just need to save a little more money first.
Yes, over time, being careful becomes your whole personality. People avoid feeling uncomfortable, but they call it being realistic. And it is tragic, because they end up living what the source material calls an inherited life.
Let's define that. What do you mean by an inherited life?
I mean a life that other people chose for you. You follow the rules of your family or society instead of your own heart.
Ah, I see.
Like, you take a promotion that forces you to work 60 hours a week, because that is what successful people are supposed to do.
Even if it ruins your plan to write a book or, spend time with your kids.
Exactly. On paper, your life looks amazing, like a perfect bank account report card. But inside, you feel completely disconnected. You are managing your life, but you are not really living it.
Okay, I understand why that feels super sad. But honestly, the message to just follow your dreams is often really bad advice.
Oh, really? Why?
Because it totally ignores the real world. We're talking about rent, landlords, buying groceries, and taking care of a family.
Well, yes, but
No, think about it. Calling practical caution fear is really unfair to adults. Moving slowly, saving money, testing your ideas quietly, these are smart choices.
they can also be excuses.
Sometimes, sure, but usually they're the only way a dream can actually survive. Plus, what people call courage is often just burnout.
Burnout? Like just being tired of your job?
Exactly. When you are super tired from everyday rules, any big crazy change looks like a great idea. But blowing up your safe life just because you are tired is not chasing a dream. It is just running away.
I hear that. But survival changes as you get older. What kept you safe at 20 years old is exactly what makes you miserable at 40.
That is an interesting point.
Let's go back to the window in the room. Adulthood does not usually kill your dreams in one big fight. It just buries them. The boxes that block the window, the bills, the tiredness, the opinions of other people, they pile up slowly.
Yeah, the boxes get heavy.
Really heavy. And people decide that managing the boxes is their only job. They completely forget about the light outside.
It is a very sad image, but I have to stop you there because we cannot just blindly throw the boxes away.
Why not? If they're blocking the light.
Because those boxes are real. They are not just fake ideas. They are winter heating bills. They are food for your children.
I mean, true.
If the boxes keep you alive, isn't it super dangerous to just tear them down to see the light? The landlord, honestly, does not care about your inner light.
Okay. I completely agree that the landlord does not care. I am not telling anyone to stop paying rent.
Well, good. That would be terrible advice.
I am just saying we need to look closer at how we think about safety. Because from the outside, wisdom and fear look exactly the same.
That is true. It is hard to tell the difference.
Right? People rarely look in the mirror and say, I am terrified to fail, so I will stay in this boring job. They just say, I am being realistic.
So how do you tell the difference?
You have to look at the fear. Fear's like a broken smoke detector in your house. It is supposed to warn you about a real fire, but instead it beeps every single time you make toast.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Exactly. And if you treat every little beep like a giant emergency, you will just stop cooking. You starve yourself just to keep the alarm quiet.
Okay, that makes sense. The broken alarm is a great way to look at it. But we need to figure out if it is just burnt toast or if the house is actually burning down.
And how do you do that?
By using restraint. I know it is hard to separate fear from wisdom, but restraint is how we stop ourselves from making messy emotional choices.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine a person is trapped in a burning building. Jumping out the window makes total sense. It saves their life.
Right, obviously.
But if a person is simply tired of their ugly green sofa in the living room, jumping out the window is crazy.
Fair point. But to the person sitting on that ugly green sofa for 10 years, the boredom feels exactly like a burning building.
Yes, that is the biggest danger. How do we make sure taking a big risk is not just a dramatic escape from being tired?
Right, because the brain loves anything new when it is tired.
Exactly. Big change always looks like good change. When you are exhausted, restraint lets you step back. You say, I need a change, but I will not make a messy choice today just because I feel emotional.
The problem with that is that preparation can easily turn into hiding.
What do you mean by hiding?
People say they are using restraint, but really, they just make beautiful, color-coded plans. They research, they make big lists, and they take zero action.
But a roadmap.
Sure, but planning makes our brains feel good. It releases happy chemicals, so we feel productive without actually taking any real risks.
So they get stuck in the planning stage.
For years. And eventually waiting feels worse than failing. You have to use conviction. You have to jump not because everything is perfect, but because staying the same hurts too much.
We are actually agreeing a bit here, but we need one more concept to bring our ideas together. And that concept is loyalty.
Loyalty? Like to a person?
No, loyalty to your dream. You are right that hiding behind a plan is a trap, but you do not need to turn your whole life upside down in one weekend to follow a dream.
So what does courage look like to you then?
It looks like doing one small thing every single day for a really long time. Giving up on yourself is the only real failure. Slow, steady progress is not a failure.
That sounds nice, but is it realistic?
I think it is. If someone listening is driving to a job they hate right now, they might have a mortgage. Your idea of a big jump sounds terrifying to them.
I mean, yeah, taking a big jump is scary.
But they can afford loyalty. They can spend 30 minutes a day working on their dream without destroying their safe life.
But here's the danger of that. When you follow the safe rules every single day, you forget how to be brave.
You think slow progress makes you weak?
I think the rules of society are so strong, they easily swallow those tiny 30-minute steps.
People tell themselves they are being loyal by reading one book on a Sunday, while they spend the rest of the week building a life they secretly hate.
I disagree. Reading that book on a Sunday while working a hard job to feed your family is honorable. You are living in reality.
But what if their dream just slowly dies?
Aspirations change as we grow. A 20-year-old might want to be a rock star, but at 40, they might just want a quiet house and financial freedom.
Right, dreams can change.
Exactly. Did they give up on themselves? No, they just grew up. We should not make people feel like failures just because they adapted to the real world.
I agree that dreams evolve, but we have to ask why they changed. Did the dream change because you grew as a person? Or did it change because you were so tired and scared that you lowered your standards?
That is a tough question to answer.
It is the most important question. We cannot let the broken smoke detector run our whole lives. We have to keep asking if we are choosing our life or just accepting the status quo.
Wait, the fancy word, status quo. It basically just means the way things are right now, the normal situation.
Exactly. We cannot just accept the normal situation if it makes us unhappy.
But understanding the rules of reality is not giving up. It is just knowing the layout of your house so you don't trip in the dark. Restraint is the foundation of the house.
So bringing it all together, my position is that the biggest danger in life is letting fear pretend to be realism.
And the boxes block the window.
Yes, the boxes build up slowly. If we do not fight back against the comfort of playing it safe, we might wake up years later and realize we never actually lived.
And to summarize my side, jumping out the window without a plan is reckless. Restraint and slow progress are the real tools we need. Loyalty to a dream through small actions is the best kind of courage.
But despite our disagreement, I think we found a really cool point of convergence today.
Wait, that's our last fancy word for today, convergence. It basically just means coming together and agreeing on an idea.
Yes, we agree that dreams and reality do not have to fight to the death. They can work together. Fear will always beep like that broken alarm, but we do not have to run away every time.
Precisely. It is all about staying connected to what matters without completely destroying your safe foundation.
So to everyone listening, maybe it is time to walk back into that room in your mind. Look at the boxes you stacked up. Ask yourself, what are you blocking out? And do you have the courage to move just one box today and let a little light back in?
Before we go, it is time for our word tour. Let's do a very slow, clear recap of the 5 B1 level vocabulary words we focused on today.
Number 1, aspiration, a strong hope or dream to achieve something great.
Number 2, masquerade, to hide the truth or pretend to be something you are not.
Number 3, restraint, holding back or controlling your actions and emotions.
Number 4, loyalty, staying true and committed to something, like a dream over a long time.
And number 5, status quo, the normal way things are right now, especially in society.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you learned something new.
See you next time.